Hello and welcome to the second to last matchup in the round 2 of the Zinc Only Sunscreen versus series. And we've got the Biossance sunscreen, which beat out, let me check, the Biossance Aveeno. They beat out Aveeno, which wasn't very hard to do. We've got the Acure, which beat out the Derma E sunscreen, which that one was a closer one. So anyway, this is Mary's swan, so I'm going to put this on my Patreon wall. I love my little swan. He's cute. What's the name? Let me double check. Gracie. There we go. Okay. Always watching. Okay, and also really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out don'tbsbeauty.com. Check out my Patreon community or click on the Amazon or Sephora link below. Okay, so let me just get going. So, Biossance. In terms of alcohol, actually these are both free from denatured types of alcohol, so that is a good thing. In terms of fragrance, the Biossance is fragrance-free and has no noticeable scent. The Acure has no noticeable scent, but it does have blue tansy oil, which can be a fragrance ingredient, which I kind of like in certain products, but not so much in a sunscreen. I'm not even sure why they included it so much in this one, because it doesn't even give it much of a noticeable scent. But anyway, they did, and I can't answer for that. In terms of manufacturing, they're both made in the U.S., so no issues with that. Then we get to texture. So the Biossance has a nice lotiony moisturizer type texture. I really prefer, sunscreens. People that hate sunscreens, I think a lot of them hate the smell that sunscreens can have and the texture that a lot of sunscreens have. But some of these newer sunscreens are great because they just feel like you're putting on a moisturizer, really, and you don't really think much else of it. So it absorbs pretty quickly. It sets to what I consider kind of a natural finish that is slightly radiant. It's not matte, but it's not super shiny. It's natural, radiant. And once it sets, it has maybe just a very, very lightly sticky finish. But if you apply a foundation over it, it's not a big issue. And the longer it's on your skin, the less sticky it is. The Acure has also kind of a lotiony texture. But in my opinion, the texture of this one just requires a bit more effort to smooth it into skin because it doesn't absorb very fast at all. It takes a little bit of time to soak in. And does require a little bit of finesse. A little bit of a rough hand to get it to absorb. But once it does set, it sets to a matte finish. And the matte finish is also just slightly tacky, but overall, the Biossance, in my opinion, is much more fun to apply. Or much less annoying to apply, I guess. Then we get to white cast. Obviously, neither of these are tinted. A lot of the other ones I've reviewed have had a tint in them. The Biossance has a very, very, very light white cast that isn't super noticeable. And they do advertise it for people with deeper skin tones. So if you have a deeper skin tone, have tried it, leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are on the white cast. The Acure has, I would say, a medium white cast. Probably noticeable as well on deeper skin tones. The Acure one isn't terrible for the white cast, but the Biossance one is a bit more invisible in my opinion. Let's see. So then we get to filters. So the Biossance, 14% zinc, SPF 30, and then they do mention the UVA coverage is PA with 3 pluses after it, which indicates pretty good UVA protection. The Aveeno, or the Acure, sorry. I'm thinking of the Aveeno and how bad that was. I love a little bit of PTSD. The Acure has 15.5% zinc, SPF 30, and they just denote broad spectrum UVA coverage. So they're pretty similar, but I gave Biossance the point mostly just because they told us what kind of UVA coverage it has, which I appreciate. I like to know because UVA rays, well, they don't burn you. They can cause damage and fine lines and wrinkles, and there's something you should be paying attention to. So, okay, ease of use. Biossance feels more like applying a moisturizer. Dry skin, I really enjoy this one. Oily skin would probably be able to use this, but might want to use it in place of their moisturizer, just because it is hydrating. And then reapplication with the Biossance is easy, no pilling. Feels just like applying a moisturizer. Acure, not the most enjoyable to apply. It takes a lot of effort to smooth it into skin. If you don't do that work smoothing into skin, you're going to have streaky, white, fine line cast. So, and then the Acure can sometimes pill when using it over other products. Not all the time, but just some of the time. So for ease of use, I gave Biossance the point handily. Then we get to beneficial ingredients. So with the Biossance, we've got Squalane. Obviously, it's in the name of the product. White water lily, ethyl ferulate, lecithin, sodium palmitate, proline. So 4. Then the Acure, we've got allantoin, aloe, argan oil, vitamin C, bisabolol, shea butter, coconut oil, coconut alkalines, turmeric, ferulic acid, lecithin, niacinamide, panthenol, sodium hyaluronate, Squalane, and vitamin E. So 16. So for beneficial ingredients, the Acure pretty handily wins that category. No questions asked, really. Then we get to acnegenic ingredients. So for the Biossance, we've got Squalane, Cetearyl alcohol, 4 fungal acne triggers, which are Sorbitan, Cetyl, Palmitate, polyglycerol 3, Polyricinoleate, and isosteric acid. So 6 total. Then for the Acure, we've got shea butter, Cetearyl alcohol, Cetearyl Olivate, coconut oil, hexylene glycol, Squalane, and Sorbitanolate, which is a fungal acne trigger, and then vitamin E. So 8 total. So Biossance wins this category. It's still not the most friendly for acne-prone skin. In terms of cruelty-free status, both brands are cruelty-free, so no issues with that. Then we get to performance and protection. The Biossance lasts all day without end up looking too greasy. It just has a really nice natural finish. Reapplication is very easy, no issues with that. And in my opinion, it's one of the more enjoyable ones to apply because it really feels just like a moisturizer. I know a lot of the other ones do feel like a moisturizer, but this one really feels like a moisturizer. Then the Acure, this one also lasts all day without getting greasy or accentuating dry patches too much. Probably geared towards normal or oily skin that's not acne prone. And then reapplication of the Acure, in my opinion, is difficult and unenjoyable, and it pills. So for protection performance, I gave Biossance that point pretty easily. Then we get to price. So these are both the exact same size, even though the sizes look different. They're both 1.7 ounces or 50 milliliters. The Biossance retails for $30, which makes it 60 cents a milliliter. And the Acure retails for $19, which makes it 38 cents a milliliter. So the Acure is just a little bit more affordable. Although, you know what? You're not going to go through this bottle as fast either because reapplying it is horrible. I'm a little dramatic. Okay. Then we get to the It Factor Biossance. Fragrance-free, alcohol-free, nice for dry skin that's not acne-prone, and easy to reapply. That can be a huge deal for some people. The Acure is an okay sunscreen, not easy to reapply. There is a slight noticeable white cast, but it's really full of beneficial and good ingredients, and it's affordable. But overall, for the It Factor, I gave Biossance the point, especially since Biossance first sunscreen was interesting. Very sparkly, shiny, I guess. So they really did a good job with kind of redesigning it. So this one wasn't even close. Biossance ends up with 11 points, and Acure has 5, which are mostly just from the ties. So Biossance will go on to the next round, and I'm trying to remember who they will go against. They will go against the winner of tomorrow's tournament, which is the Kula versus Maylove sunscreens. So be sure to check that out. And if you guys have had a chance to try either of these, leave a comment. I love hearing from you. And stay tuned for tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys.